I got my bunny here, and I am ready for some word games to play with you guys. Hello, Pepper's saying hello. Are you happy it's almost spring, buddy? It's like, maybe, right? I hope you guys are looking forward to spring. You know, I can't believe it is the end of February already, which is great, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of sick of the snow. Which is like, I guess I should be used to it. I lived in Long Island I can't say in. If you say in Long Island, people get on your case. So I gotta say on Long Island. If you've lived on Long Island long enough, then you know we get snow, obviously. But I cannot wait for the warmer weather. I cannot wait to go outside, and even I haven't been taking any chances with parks and stuff, but I do have a nice big backyard. It's 1/3 of an acre. And I'm looking forward to just being able to sit outside. I have like a little shade thing I put up, and I just chill inside of it and I enjoy the nice spring weather without having to worry about germs. Right? Right? Yeah, this is my baby. I love him so much. Want to say hi? Hey, he's so cute. You can go out of the basket. It's okay. I do have another rabbit. She would probably like this too. I mean, I have 3 total. She would probably like just sitting here and chilling. But I do Pepper because he's small and he's really, really cute. Not that the other ones aren't cute, but since he's a dwarf, he's teeny tiny and he looks like a baby even though he's all grown up. He's been grown up for quite a long time. And when I got him, I didn't know that he was going to be a dwarf. So when he was like 3 months old, around 3 or 4 months, they turn into teenagers and they kind of almost reach their adult size. I'm like, why is my rabbit so small? So I go take a trip. Oh, that's a Netherlands dwarf. I'm like, oh. All right, you want to sit in my lap and chill and get the show on the road, buddy? Okay. So interesting fact, before I start, rabbits' teeth always, they never stop growing, so they're always growing. So it is true that rabbits will chew on cables and things like that. However, if you give them a lot of chew toys and hay and things like that, they tend to not do that so much. Although I have replaced several cables, but that's okay. I love you guys anyways. You guys are so cute. How can I not love you, right? All right. So today I have 2 activities. I have these anagram riddles. So I'm going to read this off and give you guys clues and probably sit a little bit closer to the camera. And then depending on how much time we have, I also have another game which is called Define the Word, where I will say a word and give you 4 possible definitions, and then I try to rule out 1 or 2 right off the bat and see if you guys can guess what the definition of the word is. So, for example, if I said cake and I read off 4 definitions, you would have to choose the right one, which would be, you know, like a dessert type thing made of flour, sugar, eggs, etc., that's baked in an oven. Okay, all right, so hold on, I gotta grab my pen. I know you're so comfortable. Hold on, let me move you. I'm sorry. Hold on. There you go. Now I'm sitting closer so you guys can see me a little bit better. All right. So these are a pair of words that form an anagram. And an anagram is basically jumbled up words. So, for example, if you take, I guess, I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Smile and slime. They are both anagrams because when you rearrange the letter of one word, you get a new word. So that's how it's going to go. So for example, act is an anagram of cat. So these are going to be clues, and I will also give you some more clues because you guys probably cannot read this, and I cannot reverse the image. I am so sorry. I have tried. Facebook doesn't allow it. So this is why I'm going to give you guys some verbal clues. So for example, if I said to you the opposite of close. So something that is the opposite of close. So not far, but what? It's a word that starts with N. And if you need another clue, it is, think about glasses. If you guys read glasses, if you can't see distance like me, you're farsighted. If you cannot see up close, you're blank-sighted. Do you guys know what it's called? It rhymes with the word deer. So something, another clue, something that is blank and dear to your heart. So maybe a cause you believe in. You might say it's near and dear to your heart. Now, if we take the word near and we rearrange it, we get something. You might make money, right? And it's this, okay, the clue for this is an informal way to say no. I really don't know what the heck that means, so I'm going to give you guys a different clue. You have to go to work to blank money to pay bills. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to forget this clue that's on the paper. I'm just going to give you guys an easier clue. You go to work to blank money to pay the bills, because money doesn't grow on trees, even though it technically does. It's just processed. I wish we could have just plant a money tree and just boom, dollars come off. Wouldn't that be amazing and very convenient? What do you think, Pepper? He's like, I know, I'm just chilling. All right, so an informal way to say no, it says earn, but I don't know what that means. I've never heard of it used that way. So that is why I gave you guys the clue. You have a job and go to work to blank money. So our answer there was earn. Now, earn is also a homophone. Homophone is two words that sound exactly alike but are spelled differently. So there is a earn, as in you earn money, and there's an earn, U-R-N, pronounced the same exact way, and it's just like a canister you might put ashes in if you ever have a beloved pet and you don't want to let them go. You might have them in an urn. Okay, so number 2. Okay, a boy or a man. So not a female, but the opposite. What do we call that? You know, you have to go to the doctor or fill out a piece of paper. They might put your gender on there. They might say, are you blank, female, or blank? So what is the other one? I mean, there's more than, one. We're not going to get into that. But for simplicity's sake, there's 2. Let's say there's typically 2. Female or blank. Also, the bathrooms are set up that way, too. Yeah, you don't want to go into the men's bathroom if you're a woman, all right? You might get into trouble. But opposite of female is male. And if we take this word and we move a letter around, you get this. Something you eat. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They say you should eat 3 square blank a day. Or a blank ticket. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I guess that would be somebody who rakes in a lot of money. I don't know. I gotta look up the definition of that one. It's not something I hear all that often. But yes, something you eat. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have to eat 3 square meals. 3 square meals a day. Pepper, do you eat 3 square meals? Nah, so my rabbits only eat once a day. I give them pellets at night. They each get a 1/4 cup, and that's enough for them, right? Although I will give them little things here and there, like a bunch of parsley they like, mint, herbs. They love herbs. Honestly, they'll eat anything, because I've given them by accident. They've eaten Cheerios or things I've dropped on the floor. I don't even know it's there. And then boom, I see my rabbit eating it. Yeah. Okay. A body of water. So you might go fishing on one of these. Not the ocean. I'm thinking of another one. Four letters. I think you catch different kinds of fish in that, right? Not a pond, not an ocean. Starts with an L. Yeah, you guys might be thinking of a lake. And then if we take lake and we change one letter, move it around, we get something that happens. Uh-oh. When water drips from the ceiling, you might have a blank. Or if you ride a bicycle and your bicycle gets punctured and you don't notice it, what happens? Your tires go flat because you have a what? Oh, you can't hear him, guys, but he's chattering. That's because he's happy. That's something rabbits do. And it's like the rabbit version of a cat purring. But yes, if water drips from the ceiling, you might have a leak, which isn't good. And that's also a homophone, right? So we got leak, L-E-A-K. And then we got the vegetable, I believe it is, which is also a leek, and it's L-E-E-K. And we use it to cook. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Clue. Here we go for our next word. Trees with cones. So you see these in the fall. They're big, I guess. They fall on the ground. They're brown. They look a little. Let me see if I can draw it. I'm not very good, but it's not an acorn. It's bigger. Oh, good boy. I'm not very good, so you're gonna have to excuse this. And we used to collect them and do crafts with them as children. Let me see if I can do this. 2 words. It's a type of tree, so it starts with a P. Kind of, I don't know if you can see it, kind of looks like that. I know, it's not a very good representation. But it's something you might find on the sidewalk or in the street in the fall. Not oak, but starts with a P. So P is our first word. So pine. Yeah. So pines. So you might find them on the floor. And then if you take pines, here I'll show you the letters, and you rearrange it, you get this thing that holds up your back. When your back hurts, you might blame it on a bad blank. Or you could fracture it. It's that long part here. I'll try to draw it. Okay, here we go. It kind of looks like this shape, and it's on your back. You're what? Oh, bless you, baby. Starts with a S. Oh, here you go. Somebody who is not very assertive. You might say they need to grow a blank. Not a backbone, but the other one. SP. Yeah. They might have to grow a spine and learn to speak up for themselves. And you know, as I've gotten older, I've gotten better at things like this. Like, I used to be the kind of person that you could just step all over, nothing would bother me. I wouldn't show any kind of like, all right, whatever, let's let it happen. But as I've gotten older, I've become a little more assertive. So for example, like if I order something at a restaurant and my order doesn't come out right, if I say, let's say, oh, I don't want croutons in the salad, and they give me croutons, I used to just let it slide. I mean, I actually like croutons. I'm just using this as an example. Now I would definitely not hesitate. Just, I guess, I don't know, maybe just mellow out as I get older. I don't know. But, yeah, girls fine, they say sometimes. All right. Ooh. Something extra. Ooh. Okay, so if your tire pops, you're stuck on the road, right? It's a good idea to get an extra tire. But what do we call it? It also starts with SP. It's 5 letters. So you want to keep one of these on you. And not many people do. But you want to keep one on you if you drive, or if somebody, you know, you drive in a car with somebody, make sure that they got an extra one too. Just because you never know what's going to happen. You could run over a piece of glass you can't see, or a nail, or something. It's also very important to change your tires every so often. It's very good for your car. This way, in bad weather or rain or something like that, you don't have to worry about slipping and sliding. But yes, so you break down, you want to hope that you have a what tire? Yeah. You want to have a spare tire, always. I would also recommend a jumper kit if you don't have one, just because you never know what happens. Especially if your car's older. Things just all of a sudden go, and you don't realize it until it's too late. So I definitely recommend a spare and a jumper set. Okay, ooh. A long, sharp weapon. Okay, I can give you 2 clues. One, I'm going to draw it. One looks like this, almost like an arrow with a long rod on it. The other clue I'm going to give you is the last half of this author's name. William Shakespeare what? Do you guys remember? He wrote Romeo and Juliet, Othello, Hamlet, and many other popular works. His name was William Shakespeare. I know you guys got it. Yeah. Not spelled the same way, but yeah, William Shakespeare, right? Or spear as in a weapon. I don't think we use these anymore. But back in the day, you know, that's what we had to do, I guess, before we had, you know, guns and stuff. Bows and arrows and all that thing. Okay. Ooh. Hi, Ron. How are you? How was your Valentine's Day? Yes, please, guys, let me know how your Valentine's Day was. I ate pizza, so I was happy. That's all I need is pizza and Discovery Plus or Netflix or something, and I'm good. I'm very simple. I don't like to do grand gestures, grand things, plan big. I am a very simple homebody. So there's something that you get for doing good. I don't like the way that says, so I'm just something you get for doing well, I think would be more grammatically correct. So let's say you're a little kid, right? And you have to clean up your room. And your parents say, okay, Timmy, if you clean up your room, you're gonna get a toy. What do we call that? Something you get for being good or doing something well. You might get this, a sticker, a toy, appraisal from your parents. We call that a what? Yeah. Well, guess spear, yeah, exactly. That's what they used to use in the day. For bayonets and guns and all those things. Something you get for doing good. You might get a reward, right? If you find somebody's lost pet or a lost person or a missing person, you might get a reward. Now, Bunny is my reward. Yeah, he's so cute. Look at him, guys. See, I know you can't see too there, but here he is. Whoops. All comfy. There we go. Look how comfy he is. You think he's a higgy bunny? I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it is a Danish word for comfortable. He's definitely one of these. Yeah, I know. He's so happy. Look at him. He's just so happy to chill out. Can't wait for the day where he's finally certified so I can bring him to the center when you guys reopen. Working on that. I still don't have a date for our evaluation. It was moved back 1 week, then the other week from the snow. And I think because of all the snow, nobody's contacted me yet. But I think I will ask this week if I don't hear anything. I think they might be waiting for all the snow to blow over before we try again. So we'll see. Hopefully by March. Rebuke. Oh. Rebuke. That's a good word. That's a good word. That is not a word that you hear really often, right? Rebuke would be like to push away something, right? Like, rebuke his advances or her advances. If you don't like somebody, you might kind of like just go, All right. To illustrate something again. All right, guys, let's say you are in art class and your teacher says, I want you guys to draw a cookie. And you make a mistake. You might have to erase it and what? Re-blank. Or in a card, right? What do we have to do for playing poker? I don't think you get that though. But you might have to blank a card if you're playing poker, blackjack, or some other game. Solitaire. You take the card and you flip it over. So if you have to draw something over again because you messed up, You might have to redraw it. Okay. Let's see. Far away. Ooh. Alright, I don't like the way this clue is. I'm going to change it. So instead of far away, let's think of something. Alright. Upstate. There we go. So Long Island, big place, lots of people, right? This would be a place where there might be not so many people, like a small town. You might say it's a blank area. Or if you need to change the channel, you have to use the what? Don't say clicker. I don't know why people say that for some reason. I don't know. Like, I never called it a clicker, and I don't know anybody who's ever really called it a clicker. It might be a regional thing, but I know it as a remote. And if we're going way back in the day, you guys remember the TVs with the bunny ears with the antennas, right? And they had that like dial, and the children were essentially the remote. You would have to sit in front of it. It's probably not too good for you, and then change the dial on it to change the channel. But from what my dad says, and maybe you guys can back him up, he said there were only like 4 channels, and TV stations stopped airing at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then they would play the rural. That's a good word. I like that too. Yeah, rural and remote, same thing, right? He said what is it? America's theme song. Was it the Stars? No, I think it was God Bless America. He would say they would play that right after, and then that was it, and then no TV for the rest of the night. But I guess as it became more popular, more and more stations, it stayed on for longer, and now pretty much TV is like 24 hours, which is kind of crazy to think about, because I don't know anybody who actually does that and watches. I can only handle so much TV. I don't know about you guys. All right. Ooh. So this is a big space rock. What do we call them? You might see them in the night sky. A blank shower. There's several types, by the way. Leonoids, and several other types of them. But it's a big, bright thing. It's not a star. It's a space rock. And they light up the sky on certain days, certain times of the year. We have them several times of the year. It's just the problem is on Long Island, we have what they call light pollution. A lot of lights going up, especially towards the city and Queens. If you go way out east, like Montauk, the sky lights up, and it's so beautiful. But here, you might have an okay chance of seeing it, but darker sky, the better. So what do we call that when the sky lights up and things are floating by? It's called a... Yeah, I'm writing it down. Hold on. A meteor. So remote and meteor are anagrams. You just change one letter and it becomes a whole new word. With the same amount of letters, of course. Alright. Ooh. A place. Limited channels. Star Spangled Banner. Thank you. I knew it was one of them. I thought it was either Star Spangled Banner or God Bless America. I wasn't sure which, because that was a little before my time. But yeah, you're pretty much saying what my dad said as well. Limited channels, right? I think 4? Milky Way. Oh, the Milky Way. You know what? I've never seen it. And I want to go to like a dark sky and experience that one day. But not on Long Island. Very hard to see. You're going to have to go upstate to like the Catskills, or at least Massachusetts. Certain areas are better to see. You want out? You want out? What do you want to like? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want more pets? That's fine. Alright, a place... The Northern Light. Oh man, that's like Alaska. You know, Alaska's very trippy because they have 6 months of light and 6 months of darkness. So how do they not get depressed? I'm curious about that, because they might have low levels of like vitamin D from the lack of sunlight. And that's actually a problem with the northern countries in general, like in Scandinavia and Russia. The low levels can cause like seasonal depression. It's very interesting. Alright, a place with little rain. Ooh, the Sahara blank. Your time. So, Las Vegas is also in one. Nevada is a huge blank. Israel is a huge blank. So it's the D. It kind of sounds like dessert, but it's not. It's another word, very similar. We call that a desert. And do you know what cactuses do, guys? They store water. Just be careful when you bite into one, because you don't want to like rip your mouth off with all those needles, right? Alright. It says take a break. Took a break. Okay. It's like another word for napping. Something you might do when you're tired. You might just lay in your bed to what? But we were thinking of the past tense. So, not rest, but what? What's the other one? So, it already happened, so we call it rested. Yeah, take a break, right? You rested. Okay. Another word for story. Ooh. Or, if you heard a story from somebody and you quite don't believe what they said, you might call it a tall blank. It's also a homophone. So something my bunny has on the end of his butt. What does he have? What do cats have? What do you have, buddy? What do you have besides cuteness? Yeah, he has a tail. But not the tail we're thinking of. A tail as in a story, or a tall tale. Where somebody might, somebody might say something quite don't believe what happened. Sounds a little too good to be true type of deal. Okay, what is the opposite of early? You don't want to do that. Opposite of early. You're not on time, you're what? You arrive 5-10 minutes later or 20 minutes later, you're late. And I don't like being late. That's a pet peeve of mine. I always like to be 5 to 10 minutes early, if anything, just because you never know what can happen, right? Especially if you're driving. Especially on Long Island. Okay. Minutes and hours, or simply put, we use a clock to tell the, or if you're me, you got a Fitbit, which has a, wait, do you guys think that children these days they're not learning to read them, are they? I don't think so. I remember in like kindergarten, first grade, they used to have the clock and it was yellow. And it had 2 hands and they were red. And obviously the long, I can't remember which says which, but the long hand is the minute and the short hand is the hour. I don't think they learn to do that anymore. My son knows how to read a digital clock. So we use a clock to tell the time. Hey buddy, don't worry, you're gonna get a treat after this for being so good. Okay, a thing on a list. Okay. 4 letters, a thing on a list. 4 letters that starts with the I. Or if you're a couple, you might say, oh, they are an, not a pair, IT. It's an anagram of time. So if you take the T and the I and you switch it around, what do you get? Get an item. Now, I want to pose the questions. We got like 2 minutes. I don't want to start my other activity just because I want to save it for next week because it's really fun. I want to know, do you guys like to go grocery shopping? Because it is one of those things that I like to do. And I think it's because when I was young, I would have to help my dad go, especially to Costco. Because when I was born, he was 40. So, he was kind of like older and he needed the help. But the best thing that I remember about it is that if I went with my dad and I helped him, he used to buy me whatever I wanted. So if I wanted like candy, or if I wanted like a pizza, or if I wanted like whatever at Costco, he would get it for me, which is really, really nice. So I think that was a pretty sweet deal. I don't know, I just kind of like I get a lot of satisfaction out of going to the grocery store and going shopping, since we're talking about items and lists and stuff like that. And I also never stick to it, which is probably bad. I don't know, like I always just go, oh, I want this, oh, I want this. And I know people who will stick right to the list, they don't deviate. But me, I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm feeling that snack today. oh, okay, thanks. You know, Oliver, my son, would like this. And I just get it. I don't know. But yeah. Did you have a good time? Did you guys have a good time? I really, 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 really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and hanging out with my bunny. And he's just there because he's so comforting to me. And I hope once he is certified as a therapy bunny, he will be comforting to all you guys as well. He's a very good boy. He's never bit anybody. He's never bit any other animals. He's like the most chill bunny you could honestly ever want. Well, that's why I love you so much. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go. He's gonna get a treat. Did you? Would you get anything good? I love it. Like my thing right now is roast potatoes. I don't know. I just love it. I'm like obsessed with it. That and these things called the Dilly Bites by Oh Snap. It's like a packet of pickles. But it's not like regular, I mean, it's dill pickle slices, but it's so crispy and there's like no brine. So it has been brined, but when you bite into it, like it's so crispy. It's just eating like a cucumber, but it's got that pickle taste because it is technically a pickle. It's just, I find that the jarred pickles, they get like soggy and they're too wet, not liquidy, and I don't like that. So these things, I eat like 4 of them a week, so oops, I don't know. But they're very, very good. We're gonna say goodbye, okay? Okay, I'm gonna give him some oats now for being such a good boy. Bye guys, I'll see you next week. I'll have a different activity. I will do the word definition game. So we're gonna see how well you guys do, okay? I'm sure you're gonna be great. Thank you for tuning in. Bye! Thank you. Oh.